In this video, we're gonna cover just exactly how to make the awesome marketing that you will put inside your home to be able to close the deal and get that buyer to fall in love with your house. What I wanna do right now is go deep diving into how do we actually create the marketing material that we put in someone's home so that you can do it just as good as us and make it look spectacular. In doing this, it does take more time and effort, and yet we do see a return in the amount of offers we get or buyers who fall in love. So we do that in three ways. We do it with a booklet, and we do it with what we call the invisible made visible labels. And then also we do it with a flyer that the buyer can take from your house. So how are we gonna do this? We're doing this by giving you free Canva links for how we go ahead and template all of our listings so that you can do it for yourself as well. So we will have a template in there for the flyer, we have a template in there for the booklet, and we have a template in there for a label. We're gonna add in one extra booklet if you like a different design style, but I really want to make sure we emphasize that it's not necessarily making the design perfect, more than making sure that you get it good enough to get the information out in front of the buyer. All right, so let's just dive deep into Canva. You're gonna first have to create a free account. Once you create that free account, it will be able to populate these templates into your account. So we're just gonna dive deep into each one. Now, first off is the flyer, right? So for us, we're gonna go ahead and change the top to the actual address, and we're gonna change the address. Awesome, that's simple enough. Again, reminder, this is trying to do a 30,000 foot view to be able to capture that buyer's attention and leave them remembering your home so it stands out above all the other homes that they may have shown or looked at that day. So once you type that address, just go ahead, plop in a picture. Typically you're gonna have to go to this upload section, upload files. I already had uploaded some of the photos and videos. Again, it is the best when these are done beforehand and they are professional photos. Now, I just got an error message and you may come up with that. And what I'm gonna do is just go online for free and do a compressed JPEG. And really it's because I used such large photos because I got those photos professionally done. So as soon as those are compressed and I throw them up to a free compressed JPEG, I will then download those and upload those into Canva. So let's just do that. I like using the an inside picture instead of the outside picture because most people remember what that main living area is. So on the flyer, that's what I hope you decide to do. And then we will upload them to Canva. So I go to the left and hit upload files. I'm gonna now grab those mini ones and there they go, they are uploading. Once they are uploaded, I am going to drag and drop one of those pictures in there. And with this picture, it's pretty interesting. I don't wanna necessarily see the front view more than I wanna see the windows. So I'm gonna just drag it over just so I can kind of frame that up better. Now, you should have already written some kind of description. Now, it's interesting, most people want to fill this up with just the very hard facts about a home, but I really want to challenge you to focus on trying to do more of the soft skills of your property. Like every person has hard skills. They know how to code or they don't know how to code. But there's some soft skills that a person has, such as they know how to overcome challenges or they know how to socially communicate in a way a adversity that makes someone feel like they're on their side and they feel encouraged. and they will take action, right? And so I really would focus on your house to get those soft skills spoken out. So maybe more lifestyle. What does this home bring? Because that's what you're trying to convey, more than just, hey, this is a 3-bed, 2-bath house, right? So I am cheating here because my lovely transaction coordinator and listing marketing manager does that for me, and she created our flyer. So I'm gonna just take her words and I'm gonna plop those in here. I'm gonna just highlight all the words and then paste that in. And then on key facts, these are gonna be the more hard skills, but I want you to focus on those things that, again, make more value to your property. It could be an invisible quality like new roof, right? And so here we are going to grab those and just place them in there. After that, you just want a contact form, right? So with it being you selling your own house, you want to go ahead and put your name, your email, and your phone number. Any way they want to communicate to you, that is the preference for them, then that's the way you want to make sure you have it so that they can get in contact with you. So always email, phone number, very important. So once you have that, all you want to do is you will do two things. One, you will just go to the share button, then you can download this, and you're gonna want to download it for printing. And I always have to remember what these are, but they always say best for printing PDF. So I'll hit that. I don't really mess with any of this stuff. Someone in the comments can tell me what is better. Although the RGB or the CMYK, typically I will do the CMYK because it says it's best for printing. I'm just gonna trust them. That's the great thing about Canva. It makes like artistic stuff, which I am colorblind, not artistic at all, and gives it more accessible to people like us. So go ahead and download that file, and then you will want to print that print that flyer. I typically would like printing about 10 and leaving them in the home, and then messing them up a little bit, or what I'll do is I'll fan them out, but then put one like right on top, like someone's already been there, picked up a flyer, looked at it, put it down, taken one with them, whatever it may be, right? After that, let's go ahead and create the invisible made visible labels. Now, on these invisible made visible labels, what you're gonna wanna do is you can get just blue painter's tape, make a circle, and you're gonna put it on the back of each of these labels, right? And then you're gonna put these up strategically where best it's gonna be. So for example, we just listed a house where they had wired for surround sound. They didn't have speakers, but it was wired for surround sound in the outdoor area. So we put a wired for surround sound for your outdoor patio right by the back door. So when they were walking out, they could acknowledge the label and then go to the backyard and say, oh, that's where we could put the speakers up, right? That's an invisible quality made visible so that the buyer could see, oh, this home has more value than just the average other house. So how are we gonna do that? Well, we're just gonna go to this label here, and we're going to create whatever it is, right? Typically what we're gonna do is put the big bold thing up front and then talk any more details with the orange lettering below. So, you know, a nest, well, actually this is a little confusing because it's like, oh, is there a bird nest? We may want to just do storage building. So we'll put storage building. I'll center this down here. And then we want to tell what size it is, right? So this will be geared towards anything that you have that is personal property. Down here, anything that is abnormal or extra over other homes. So for example, this one this home has 2 water heaters and one of them is oversized, so we want to communicate that to the buyers. And if you want to, there will be little comments that will kind of give you a guide to what labels you want to do, right? It's interesting. Here in Arkansas, we almost always exclusively use granite, and so that's something you wouldn't necessarily call out because it's either granite or formica. Now we're mixing to other stones like marble or quartz, and so if you have something other than granite, like marble or quartz, I would make a label to call that out. As well, if anything's too detailed, you're like, well, what about this? We just had a house that we listed and it had solar panels on it. And so we wanted to talk about how big the array was and how it was located, that there was an ability for an assumable loan. And so we couldn't communicate that all in one label, right? These labels, again, remind you, is to basically help those people who are less detailed and they just need it blaring in their face, right? And it is really basic, simple stuff, bring it to their attention. But sometimes you want more details to come available, and so we use QR codes. And what you can do is create your free YouTube account. You could do with your phone, just create a little video and say, hey, I'm just making a video so that you can see that we have solar arrays and it's a 5,300 kilowatt solar array. And then you will make a QR code on that. And how you can do that is either go to Google and type QR code generator free and go to any one of these websites. If one doesn't work, screw that, go to the next one, right? Canva does have a QR code generator as well. I believe it is for pro members only, but there may be a free add-on as well. Regardless, all you're wanting to do is create some kind of QR code that has your YouTube URL link. Now, someone may ask, well, I need to communicate this, right? If you haven't, you need to watch our other video that is talking about how to close the deal with when people are walking through your home, right? And the number one thing is you do not want to be in that home. You make it very uncomfortable for that buyer if you're in the home, because then they start not seeing it in the dream of their home. They see it, oh, this is their home, you the seller's home, right? And so the more we can communicate with you not being there is great. The more you can communicate with you not being there is great. And that's why we want to do those QR codes. All right, then after that, if there's anything to call out that we do want them to open or experience, we want to pull those out as well. For example, a lot of people have these custom cabinet drawers that maybe you could pull out and then all your pots and pans come out. Instead of having to dig through the drawer, it's good for them to open that drawer. And most buyers walking through your home will not open all the cabinet drawers, right? So call that stuff out as well. So once you've got that, then we'll go ahead and hit download, and best with PDF. We'll do the CYMK and download. Everything else is pretty easy when you go to print, except for these labels. And the way we do it is we hit print, and then we'll do 2 per sheet. So pages per sheet. So we'll change it to 2 per sheet, and this will now be an 8.5 by 11 page. And then we just, with scissors or one of those fancy choppers, you cut it and make it straight, and then put those labels up throughout your house. All right, the hardest and most detailed, best for last, is that booklet. Again, I really like the booklet because those people who are detailed will be seeking this out to be able to answer for themselves any questions that they may have about the property. Say that they saw the solar array. Well, you want to have that information here. Say they just drove by a park. They want to know what's the distance of that park, right? They may want to know price of property and mortgage rates and all that good jazz. And so you want to have as much detailed information as you possibly can. And I'm gonna help you because one of the things that we do that we love, you can use just a free version of it, or we pay for a little upgraded version, but it's gonna give the layout of the property. And this has been great for us, for all the engineers, all the detail people who wanna place their furniture, and they're building that framework in their mind, right? So we'll go ahead and click on this FSBO booklet, and then obviously any verbiage you can go ahead and change. And then down here, we're gonna do that same information. Now, for us, we like using that layout feature, but we do have here, if you want to, you can go ahead and put in the room dimensions. If you want. I'm gonna actually delete this out because we're gonna add that in later. I will say it is very important to do room dimensions if you do not want to go ahead and do the Cubicasa is what it's called. So if you saw, I just went ahead and put those words where I wanted them and try to fill up the whole space with white space. Now here I have too much data, so I may make it a little bit smaller in font to be able to show it better and take up this. I want it to take up the whole space, white space, as it can, but I also don't want to overwhelm it or crowd it. Then the features are going to be exactly the same as what we had before for that flyer, right? Now, after we put in the features, this is where more of the details come in place. And first is that location. What would be really good is to go ahead and open up maps.com, type in that address, and you are going to take a screenshot, right? So if you're on a PC, you just can hit the Windows button or hit the Start button, and you're looking for snip, and I think it's snippet, and it will allow you to take a picture of your screen. Or if you're on MacBook, it's gonna be Command-Shift-4, and it's gonna change your cursor to this little kind of cross. And so it will allow you to then take a picture of whatever it is. Make sure when you are on Google Maps, you're zoomed out to wherever you want to focus on those key points. Command-Shift-4, take that picture. Try not to get the layers or the street view on the other side. Once you have that, you will go to the binder, and then you are going to upload that screenshot you just did. For me, it always uploads to my desktop. So there we are. We upload it into Canva. Once we upload it into Canva, I'm going to hold the picture and move it over to the other picture that's already there. And as you can see, it replaces that picture, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these dots anywhere that is very important, right? And so I've kind of added some framework for that. Add somewhere that's fun, right? Maybe there's a park next to you. Maybe there's a downtown area next to you. Add that. Add grocery stores. Think about commutes or where they're gonna go most often, right? Think about food spots. Will there be a local dive bar or something that they will want to frequent and eat at frequently? Public parks or public areas. You can also do fire station or police station. This is safety security, also helps with your lowering your insurance. Also anything about shopping or mall or entertainment. All of these good convenient locations, think of all the places why you like your home and the location specifics to that and add that in here. I would focus on the top 5 or 6. I would not go above and beyond that because then it's just information overload, okay? Once you do that, now's the good part, financial calculator. We're gonna give you, in a link into the description, this listing booklet financials. Now, this is not going to be the most accurate end all be all, but it's gonna give scenarios. So we actually include this disclaimer down below, and it would be good for you to add whatever disclaimer you wanna do, but we use this as a kind of help to get buyers interested, to have a ballpark of how much money am I gonna have to put down, and how much is my monthly payments going to be. And so what you wanna do is anywhere there is those bracketed arrows, you're gonna add that information there. So let me just do that for this property. Awesome. So once you add that data, now you wanna know kind of like what the average going mortgage rate is. Now for every person it's different, but we do have a click here link that's just gonna link you to Google. You can also go to Google and type mortgage calculator, and then you're gonna add in kind of the information that you need. So for example, what I would do is start with the 30-year fixed rate FHA, right? And then it's gonna roughly give you an interest rate. Don't change that, but you are gonna change the loan amount. Now this is something you're gonna wanna do either on your phone or on the calculator, and that is with an FHA loan, you can put 3.5% down, right? So take your list price of what you wanted to sell it for, and you're gonna times that by, let's see, loan amount. So we're gonna times it by 0.965, which is gonna give us a loan amount of $386. Once we do that, then you will see $2,581, but also we can just type here 7.049. All right, I went ahead and changed some things up. So FHA mortgage rate, obviously you will find that on the mortgage calculator there on the 30-year fixed. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a 30-year fixed conventional loan, and then you can see that the mortgage rate has jumped up a little bit. So you're gonna type that in here as well. And again, what you're just trying to do is get a rough range for that buyer to get and start thinking about what is the cost for my dream in my dream home. Once you do that, then it'll create these 3 easy terms. One would be cash, one would be FHA, one would be conventional. And here you can see, oh, here's the total cash they need at closing. Here's the total monthly payment. Here is the monthly utility costs added in as well. Total all in with utilities. So once you have that, it is going to be simple and easy. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to, again, come down here. I'm going to take a screenshot of that and then go back to my booklet, and I'm going to add this into the booklet. So again, I have to go to my uploads, upload a file, go to my most recent screenshot. It will then upload that Excel document. I'm gonna drag that over and I'm just gonna try to position and make it as big as I can while hitting those borders, those margins that it's giving me. And then I'm gonna bring it down, make sure it's centered. I'm gonna bring it down until I see a center line that pops up for the horizon. So you can see it pops up right there. So that means the picture's right in the middle, and that is where I want it to be. Now, again, contact information is really good for you to upload a picture of yourself, add in any details of you could do your address again, and make sure they have it all there. Then the last thing, actually, what I would say you want to do is you can always duplicate the page by hitting that duplicate button. And I'm going to do layout up here. And here is where it gets awesome. So you can download an app called Cubicasa.com. And once you've downloaded it, you can do a quick tour, watch a quick video, how-to video on doing Cubicasa, and then it will create these layouts. So I'm gonna just show you this one, 7628 long spur. So I can then go on my computer and I have that version here. They give you a bunch of different versions. You could do a GLA, which gives you kind of a rough estimate of square footage. You could do a 3D product. I've never done a 3D product. This has been worked out well with us because we do actual videos of the properties. So I will download that PDF. I'm gonna open up that picture and then, awesome. As I take that picture, I'm gonna then go back and upload that file. Once that screenshot is uploaded, I'm gonna then just drag and drop that content there. I'll zoom out as much as possible to, again, fill up the page. Try to get it right in the center with those center guides. And there we are. Now we're gonna go ahead and download that as well. And we'll do the exact same thing that we wanted before, downloading it as a PDF, the CYMK, and then once we have that, oh, I can see I already screwed up. So I need to put a front picture there. I'm gonna go scroll all the way back up and do that. Again, I'm gonna find one of the pictures. In this essence, you can put like a front picture if you want. Sometimes it's really good to put, like, if you did a drone photo, to do an aerial view so that they can kind of see where the perimeter is. And then I will, again, download that as a PDF and I will have it there. Now, once you went ahead and print everything out, again, it is really good to print in color to give a little pop, especially with the flyer and the labels, because that's going to be the prominent things that they will see and most often. Once you have all that material and you set it out, it really does show that you're going the extra mile to make it wonderful. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out by email or by phone. Again, thanks so much.